Roe versus Wade has been overturned by the Supreme Court.
The impact will be felt almost immediately. In 13 states, they have what are called trigger laws.
Here in Texas, our so-called trigger ban was crafted and passed exactly a year ago.
Yesterday, Governor Greg Abbott applauded the decision.
Beto O'Rourke, who will face off against Governor Abbott in November, called the Supreme Court ruling devastating.
And Beto O'Rourke said, quote, "I will always fight for a woman's freedom to make her own decisions about her own body, healthcare, and future."
The countdown for women wanting an abortion has begun.
Abortion will be illegal in the state of Texas with no exception for rape or incest. Now, we have to focus on the way in which we are going to overcome this and ensure that every Texas woman can make her own decisions about her own body, her own health care, and her own future. It's a woman's right to choose, and it's the very lives of Texas women, a state that leads much of the developed world in the rate of maternal mortality. We have got to win, and we need you with us, and we need you now.
Beto O'Rourke canvassing in Houston. He says the only way to change the law here in Texas is to vote for candidates that are going to uphold a woman's right to choose.
This is about the darkest time that I can remember living in for women and others whose reproductive rights have literally been taken away. For members of the LGBTQ community, we saw in Justice Thomas's concurring opinion yesterday, he said, hey, intimate relations among same-sex couples, you're on the chopping block. Same-sex marriage, you're on the chopping block. The fact that we have a total abortion ban in the state of Texas with no exception for rape or incest shows you exactly what we're up against. But my belief is that the darkest of days have a power of bringing out the very best in us. And that's what I see here today. And we're going to go out and give others the courage that we're certainly demonstrating here today by showing up. Not easy for a lot of people right now to get out of bed and to come here, right? And to actually take these next steps. But nothing else will overcome this. The only way we're going to do this is by winning political power. I will be out there with Chris and Cynthia right alongside you for the next 2 or 3 hours, knocking on doors. So grateful that you all are here. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Gracias. Hey, Beto O'Rourke.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's been such a demoralizing 24 hours, and I'm just grateful for you.
Yeah, well, I'm grateful for you. We're counting on each other right now. We all need to come through.
Doing everything I can to get so many people registered and ready to vote.
I love it, Stephanie. We're counting on you, and thank you also for giving us hope. We all need it right now. Hi, doing really well. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Today, you are literally going to ask people to vote in this election, and there's a far better chance they will after you've shown up at their door. We're going to be taking action, and we're going to be winning this election.
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
You are? Okay,
yes.
good. That's what we need right now.
Yes.
I was actually very anti-abortion until I got pregnant with him, and I had a terrible sick pregnancy. And the only reason I was able to fully be able to push through mentally was knowing that I had the choice. I didn't feel cornered, I didn't feel trapped, no one was making me have him. And so knowing that I had, okay, I can do this, was what, made me be able to have him. And not, honestly, I was suicidal. So thank you for what you're doing, because it's important. And just being able to be here in Katy I grew up here, and it's so conservative, and so it's just so powerful to even see this group of people here. So thank you.
It's powerful
I'm excited
to
to knock on doors. So
powerful
thank
to us
you.
that you were here and that you just shared this. You ready to knock on some doors? Awesome.
Yes, we've never done anything like this
before.
We're a little nervous.
Oh,
But if it tells you anything, this is the first time we felt like we needed to come out and campaign.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Rodrigo.
Yeah. Seriously, because I'm really concerned about her future and all that, and seeing all this going on. You're actually trying to make a change.
And we're going to do it. We're going to make the change. We really are. And you got to know that in your heart, and then we got to do the work necessary to make it happen, right? Both of those things have to happen at the same time. That's what today is in block walking. And to the degree you and Sophia can join us, we want you with us today.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we had 60 canvases like this across the state of Texas yesterday in every city, big or small. We're having 27 Today, this is one of 27, and Bryan-College Station is the largest that we've had so far. There is nothing else that will help us to overcome the moment that we're in right now. Nothing else like knocking on doors.
Today, candidate for governor Beto O'Rourke will hold a rally for reproductive freedom in Austin.
It's in response to the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
I want you to look at everyone who is next to you, everyone who's behind you, everybody who's on this stage right now. It defies the conventional wisdom in the rest of the country about who we are right now in the state of Texas. They are going to take heart when they see you here. They hear your voices, they see your faces, and they know that you are committed to doing the work to overcome this moment. If this was about life, we would not be leading so much of the developed world in the rate of maternal mortality, 3 times as deadly for black women in the state of Texas. If this was about life, we would not be the least insured state in the United States, where more kids die of diabetes in Texas than any other state in the union. And if this were about life, then gun violence would not be the leading cause of death for children and teenagers in the state of Texas. If this were about life, then those 19 children in Uvalde, Texas would still be alive, enjoying their summer break right now. This is about controlling the lives and the bodies of the women of Texas. But if we decide that we're going to stay together, if we decide, just like those great folks in Bryan-College Station who are knocking on doors right now under this blazing sun, we have to go out there and meet those people who've never participated before. And ladies and gentlemen, you know this, that Greg Abbott, in signing that voter suppression bill last year, he's targeted young and old, African American, Latino, communities of color, those experiencing poverty and homelessness, to try to keep them out of the ballot box. What if we all join this campaign, this effort, these great candidates here on this stage, and ensure that those people who have been determined to be unworthy of the ballot are the very ones that we reach out to and provide the margin of victory on the night of November 8th. This is how we get it back. So when you have the choice between simply reacting to something or action or reaction, what do you choose? Action, reaction? Action, reaction? You all ready to knock on some doors and win some elections and get some rights back in this state? Thank you all for being out here. Let's go out here and do it. Thank you. Gracias. Le agradezco.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, click the link below.